If you've got money in the market right now, there's a good chance you're making a mistake, and you don't even realize it yet. AI is quietly changing how money works. And if you keep investing the same way you always have, it could cost you big time. That hit me recently. I've been investing for over 30 years, made millions, and most of it came from doing something very simple, buying an S&P 500 index fund. No stock picking, no stress, just steady investing into the biggest companies in the US. On average, it returns about 10% a year. So if you invested $10,000 and stayed consistent, you could build serious wealth over time. It works because you're diversified. If one company fails, others carry you. Simple. And for decades, it's been one of the smartest strategies out there. But something changed. After digging into AI and reviewing my portfolio, I realized I needed to adjust. Not panic, just adapt. Here's why. Most people think the S&P 500 is fully diversified. But today, nearly 40% of your money goes into just 10 companies. That means if you invest $1,000, about $400 is tied to a handful of tech giants like Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, and Google. And Nvidia alone can take up around 7 to 8%. So if those companies drop, your portfolio feels it. Now ask yourself, why are these companies so dominant? They're all spending massive amounts chasing the same future. And that's where the risk comes in. Because for their current prices to make sense, they would need to generate trillions in revenue. That's not based on today, that's based on expectations. When everyone believes the same story, prices get pushed higher and higher. It becomes a loop. More money flows in, prices rise, they take up more of the index, and attract even more money. But loops don't last forever. So I made my first move. I didn't quit the S&P 500, but I reduced how much I rely on it. Because it's no longer as balanced as people think. Then I asked, where should that money go? Instead of chasing hype, I zoomed out. What if the US isn't the top market forever? It sounds crazy, but history says otherwise. The UK once dominated. Japan looked unstoppable in the 80s. Then things changed. They always do. So I started investing globally. Not just in America, but across the world. Because there are huge companies outside the US that most investors ignore. By going global, I don't need to guess which country wins. I just stay in the game. Now here's the part most people miss. Everyone is chasing big AI companies. But real wealth is often built earlier and quieter. So I started looking at smaller companies. Not hype stocks, but overlooked businesses. Here's the shift. The companies building AI might not be the biggest winners. The real winners could be the ones using AI to solve problems faster and cheaper. Small and mid-sized businesses can now use powerful AI tools without spending billions. They're faster, leaner, more flexible. That's where I see opportunity. If I'm wrong, I lose a little. If I'm right, the upside is huge. Now let's talk about protection. Because every big tech shift creates instability. That's why I've added some gold. Not because it's exciting, but because it's reliable. Central banks are buying more gold than ever.
Why?
Because systems change. Currencies shift. Gold doesn't rely on any one country. It's financial insurance. And finally, I increased my cash. This might sound boring, but it's critical. The biggest mistake people make is investing everything and leaving no safety net. Then life happens. Bills, emergencies, job loss. And they're forced to sell investments at the worst time. That's how people lose money. Cash gives you flexibility. It protects you and lets you invest when opportunities show up. Even top investors are holding large amounts of cash right now. Not out of fear, but patience. So here's the mindset shift. Stop trying to predict the market. Start preparing for different outcomes. I'm still investing in the S&P 500, but I'm also in global markets, smaller companies, gold, and holding cash. Because if AI keeps growing, I win. And if things go the other way, I'm still protected. That's how you play the game. Not by being right every time, but by being ready no matter what happens.